Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to talk about the idea of real number line, and this is how you can visualize the number system where you have a horizontal line which looks like this one, and you have the point of origin at 0. So this is the point of origin at 0, and you can extend the line from this point towards both direction indefinitely. Okay, so you can represent the positive and negative real numbers. So this is an example of a real number line. You can see these are all like negative integers, positive integers, and there's some number here in between 1 and 2. So pi is over there because the value is 3.14 something, and that's the idea really. It is you can view it as a continuous real line. Okay, so now how do we represent the sets of certain numbers? For example, well, let's say if you have a number x that is greater than y. So when you see the word greater here in mathematical notation, it is using this symbol. So you'll be using this symbol to denote the word greater, and on the real number line itself, it will refer to the right of y. So you're going in the right direction, and because the word here is greater, therefore you can denote the symbol on the real number line as an open circle. So here is the open circle, or you can also use this round bracket to denote the idea that that particular number is greater than something else. So these are the symbols that we shall use on the real number line. Now let's move on to the situation where you have x being greater than or equal to y. So here when you talk about greater than or equal to, it has this mathematical symbol over here which is greater than or equal to. Now on a real number line, it means that x will include the value of y, and also it's going in the right direction of y. And you will be using this symbol. So this is full circle, and you can also, if you don't like circles to represent the idea, you can use the square bracket. So here is the square bracket. Yeah, right. Let's move on to the next situation. Well, let's say we have a number x that is less than y. So the word here is less than. So in mathematical notation, it is represented by this symbol here, which is less than, and it means you are going to the left of y. So the direction of this number is going towards the left of y. And again, because you are not including y itself, the number doesn't include y, but it is less than y. Therefore, on the real number line, you will be using this symbol, which is an open circle, or you can use this round bracket to denote the fact that the number does not include y. X here does not include y, but instead it just goes in the direction of the left of y. Yeah. So now let's look at the last situation here where x is less than or equal to y. So the word equal here means x can take the value of y, and it can also take the value of less than y. And in the notation that we can use, the mathematical notation here is going to be this one, which is less than or equal to. And because we have this term over here which includes y, when you say equal to y, that means x can include the value of y, we can denote that as a full circle. So in the real number line, we will represent the situation here with a full circle, or you can use the bracket, which is the square bracket. So there's a difference between round bracket and square bracket, or open circle and full circle. So just make sure that you pay attention to the slight difference in this notation over here. And just like a simple note that I have over here, all this symbol, which is this is greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, these are known as inequality symbols because they are not being exactly equal. And I hope that you are able to write down what's the mathematical symbol that represents equality. So equality is simple. So this is the symbol which you have already seen many times before. It's just equal. Something is equal to something else, and we use this symbol over here. Alright, let's try and do some simple example here. Now, based on the real number line below, we are going to demonstrate the scenario of x greater than -2. So here is the meaning of this mathematical symbol is greater. That means you're going into the right direction of -2. And you can either choose open circle or round bracket to demonstrate the scenario. Yeah, so let's say you choose this one. It's just a circle. So what we can do is we go directly on this -2. So we go direct on -2, and we're going to draw an open circle, and you're moving in this direction. So it is continuously in this direction because this statement says that it is always greater than -2, and it can go on indefinitely. Okay, and you can see that by using an open circle right on top of -2, it means we consider the value of x to be greater than -2 but not -2. So -2 here is not included. Although the symbol here is right on top of -2, but -2 is not included because we have already understood when you use the notation open circle, it means the number that is right on top of that notation here is not included. So when you look at this line over here, it basically means the value of x that is greater than -2 but does not include -2. Okay, right. So another choice of doing this is, of course, you can choose this using the bracket, round bracket in this case. So round bracket is the same idea. It means if you use the round bracket, you can go right on the spot here on -2 here. You can just put a round bracket here, because round bracket means -2 is not included, although it is right on top of the value of -2. This is something that some students find it confusing. Some students will make a mistake of sketching something that looks like this. For example, if x is greater than -2, what they did was they would do something like this somewhere here but doesn't include -2. So this is wrong, yeah, and that is why we use this notation, open circle and round bracket. So you can put it right on top of the value -2 itself, and everybody will understand that when you have a round bracket, it means the value is not including -2, but instead it's going in this direction, which is greater than -2. So similar thing with the use of open circle. Okay, so right. Now let's look at so you have two possible choices. So it's up to you whether you want to use open circle or round bracket, doesn't matter. Now let's look at the second example here. Well, you can see that in this second example, this is the notation used to represent less than or equal to. So when you have the word equal to, that means 4 here is included. So what we can do is, again, you can choose either you want to use the circle notation or the bracket notation. So if you use the circle notation, it has to be full circle. So if you use the bracket notation, it has to be either this or this, depends on what direction you're talking about, yeah? So now, when you talk about less than or equal to, it means that it's going in this direction on the left hand side of number 4. So now what we can do is we can consider this number 4. We're going right on this position. I'm just going to draw this full circle right on top of number 4 and going to the left. So it goes on infinitely towards the left direction, yeah. And when you see this, you understand that it means the value of x is going to be 4, is going to include 4. Why does it include 4? Because we have full circle. Full circle means it includes 4, and it also goes it can also include other values as long as they are less than 4. Okay, now if you want to use the bracket, it will be this square bracket. So you can just draw the bracket right on this real number line, on this position, right on this position 4. So when you have square bracket, it means the value here include 4 as well. So we're going in this direction. So there you go. So those are two possible options for you to represent a certain scenario on the real number line. Okay, so now let's move on to this last example here. Well, we're going to demonstrate the graph line of this one. The first scenario is a set of values that include 0. How do we know it includes 0? Because we have this square brackets, so it includes 0. And then it goes on until 5, but it doesn't include 5. Why it doesn't include 5? Because here we've got this round bracket over here, so it doesn't include value 5. So if I represent this on the real number line, I'm going to use the circle symbol because it's easier for me. I think I love circle rather than brackets. So what I'm going to do is at this point 0 here, I'm going right on this point 0. I'm going to have a full circle because it includes 0, yes? And then I'm moving towards number 5 over here. And right on top of 5 itself, I'm going to draw the open circle. So it means that this line means that all the values here include number 0 until less than 5. So 5 is not included. So this is the graph line for A. Now let's move on to the next one, which is this scenario. We're going to represent a set of values from -4. It doesn't include -4 because we have this round bracket. It doesn't include -4, and also it doesn't include 4. So this is how I'm going to draw it. We go right straight on -4, right on top of this -4. I'm going to draw this open circle moving in this direction, and I'm going to stop just right on top of 4 itself. So this is B. Okay, so basically this line is telling you that all the values here will consider, all the values here will be considered between -4 and 4, but it doesn't include -4 because here we've got this open circle, and also it doesn't include 4 because we have this open circle right here. So next is we are going to demonstrate to you, the next one is what is the intersection between A and B. So what is intersection? Intersection is the overlapping values between A and B. So we can see that in this case the intersection is about this one. So from this point onwards there is an intersection, the same values occurring in A and B. So it looks like this basically if I want to represent the intersection. So it includes number 0 because here we got 0, here also we got 0, and it goes on in this direction. And I'm going to have the open circle. Okay, I'm going to have this open circle over here, and that means it doesn't include this point 4. Okay, so it doesn't include this 4. Okay, right? So intersection is out here, so I'm going to represent this process by intersection. So this is intersection. Now how about union? Well, union is everything that is considering both A and B together. And here we've got A and we've got B. So basically we start from this point. Okay, sorry, this is supposed to be open circle, okay, similar to this one. So here we've got open circle, and then we consider both together, so we can go this one, and then we can go along until this point here. And you can see that for this one, A here doesn't include 5, therefore for this one also it doesn't include 5. So this is the part for union. Okay, I think that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.